to Put Me on Something podcast. I'm your host, Alejandro Gomez.
This is your son. Thank you for tuning in.
Yo, and this is Eric Grizzly. How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good. We're back on another Friday night recording here in the stew. But anyways, we were just talking about VR headsets and virtual reality. And I was going to tell Eric that we recently got the VR headsets. And I've been playing it for the last 2 weeks. And it kind of feels like once you play it for a good while,
Yeah.
when you take it off, you go back into life. I was like, whoa. It feels like you're still in the
game.
because your eyes start adjusting. So I'm like,
Whoa.
I kind of look at my hands. Like, whoa, I still feel like I'm like playing the game.
Microchipping?
Huh?
Like it kind of freaks you out for a bit?
Yeah.
You know what that reminds me of?
What?
I remember when I was on my hooligan shit, I was so like drunk and high all the fucking time that when I was sober, it felt like that was trippy.
Oh, being sober?
Yeah, like I was so gone and so high or on some bullshit, or like if I wasn't high or drunk, I was like committing a something illegal, like an adrenaline rush. And then I remember there was moments where I was like sober. I was like, yo, this is fucking weird, bro. This is trippy. And I remember the stoplight feeling like I was like unreal and shit. Like waiting for the, like, you know what I'm saying? That,
Yeah.
Like, and I say in the context of subtracting yourself from reality, when you come back to reality, like it's like, whoa, this is strange.
No, I understand because if people have listened to, they know I have like a drinking problem or had one, and I learned how to control it now. But the funny thing is,
Learning. Like learning as you grow.
yeah. But the funny thing is, like now that I'm sober, and every day I wake up, I feel like I'm high. Like I feel like I'm like when I'm drunk, it's a whole different type of vibe.
You feel normal when you're drunk?
In a way, yes. I feel like that's the person I want to be. When I'm high, it's like I like the being high, but I feel like I'm not 100% there.
Yeah.
And when I'm sober, I feel like, damn, I'm fucking high. Like I feel like this is like, is this really world? Like the real world? Like is it like fake or real? And the funny thing is like him going off with the virtuality. Like once I take it off, so there's a game we play. It's just casino shit, right?
Yeah.
You turn left on your wrist and your watch pops up.
That's time.
And you click on the watch, it pulls up your home menu, whatever. Yeah. And the more me and Joe play it, I catch myself at work or outside of the virtuality where I do this.
It's
and
habit, bro.
I'm like, what the fuck, like, bro? Like, why am I clicking on my watch? But that's what we're going off.
Trying to
like,
pull out your stash.
Yeah, and then like it's hard to like.
I got this, bro.
It's just hard to understand like.
Well, do you think like cause of that once we get further and further with technology, like
it's gonna be like that? Where we're just gonna come out.
Are you gonna be able to tell which is reality and which is not reality and shit like that? You know what I mean?
I think it depends on the person because, like I said, when I'm sober, like 100% sober, not smoking, not drinking, not doing nothing, just my body and waking up and just 24 hours, just nothing but just water, eating healthy.
You're more grounded.
No, like I still feel like I'm on one. Like I still feel like, yo, like what the fuck is it? Like what we doing? Like like we're working. We're like it just I still feel like I'm on a drug.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like real reality.
That's wild.
Well, you think that because we were just watching the whole Young Thug thing, how they're playing his lifestyle in the courtroom. Yeah, it's really sick. But like I was thinking about it because you know I said that he got chubby and he's sober now, like because he's locked up. Like, you think the reason like people like they get into trouble like that because they're just high and drunk all the time? They don't give a fuck. Like they feel like on top of the world because we've all been drunk and high and like damn like fuck like we've gone out to bars and like I feel like I can take on the world. I'm unstoppable. Like I don't care what the fuck about anything. Yeah. And like so like they're that all the time. You know they're in that lifestyle. They're like smoking, drinking all the time. So they give a fuck. So once they go to prison, they sober up. They're like different now. Do you think like reality hits harder now? Like oh fuck, like I'm here in court. Like damn, what the fuck was I thinking?
But then, and again, like I don't know, but Young Thug's a whole different case. Like because he's someone that came from the bottom to go up and shit, and then like so kind of had his foot in the mix. You feel me? And then, like, I don't know, he's never subtracted it because, I mean, he's fucking facing a RICO case. RICO case is like fucking tracked for a long ass time. So you can't argue, you can't say he was a fake ass studio rapper and shit. You know what I'm saying? So my point being is like, it's like at what point do you let go and just let it be art, let it be music and shit, compared to like motherfuckers that are faking it and motherfuckers that are really like really doing it and still, you know what I'm saying? Like that. But like going off what you said that like at what point do they just like reality hits? for some people, it never fucking hits, bro.
Like, even when they're sober and everything. Like,
Yeah, and then for some people, like in my opinion, bro, I don't know, something fucked up, but it's the truth and shit. For some people, like they don't want it to hit. They don't want, like Eric was saying, some people don't face their problems and shit. Some people, it's fucking easier to stay fucking in the mix on some bullshit. Some people want to fucking get locked back up. I'm not saying everybody. But
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah,
Turn around with the pussy.
No, but what you're going off that is, I understand where you're coming from, but
and there's also good versions of that too.
yeah, but like me, when I was drinking a lot last year and all that, and I was literally more on one than I was sober all last year. You know, the last 5 months I sober up, whatever, but those
Shout out to you.
yeah, the other 7 months that I was doing something.
You were on a sick one.
No. But the funny thing is, I was more active. I wanted to do more things. I wanted to be more, what's the word? Like,
doing shit? Movement?
yeah, like, productive. Yeah, I wanted to be
when you were on one?
When I was drinking and shit. Like,
Really?
like my mind was working like, I need to make sure this gets done. Gotta go do all that. And then I got to a point where I was drinking too much, where like it hit me, where like I gotta go do this, I gotta go do that. All right. And I was doing shit, like I was getting businesses, I was getting my shit done, going to the gym, blah blah blah, whatever. But then it got to a point where I'm like, where that reality wasn't hitting right, so I kind of keep drinking more and more and more to a point where I started getting fucked up. And then so at the end, it wasn't even fucking helping me. I was just getting blacked out, getting drunk. And when I sober up, I wasn't not motivated at all to like do anything. I didn't want to fucking work. I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to.
What the hell, for real?
Yeah, I was just like, why the fuck is like, I'm not having fun. Like, what's the whole point of fucking running all this shit, doing all this shit? If I'm not having fun with it.
Wait, when you were sober?
When I sobered up, like I was like, bro, at this point, I'm like, yeah, like even no way, because I never told you guys.
No, I mean from a person's perspective.
Oh yeah, that's how I felt. Mm-hmm. When I was drinking more, I felt more alive, more like active. Like, okay, I could do this, I could do that. You know, let's get this shit. Let's go to the off-roading. Let's go to the gun range. Let's go camping. Let's go trips and all that. You know, fucking not worrying about shit. Mm-hmm. Once I sobered up, I realized all the consequences. Like, all right, we can't keep going now because we gotta save money. I can't go do this. I can't drive because I'm drinking, or you know, shit like that.
Whoa, was sober you scared?
I was a little scared because I think I felt like I felt like I had to control my life. And I didn't know where to go, like which way to go. Yeah. When I was drinking, I let the drink take care of me. So anything that my brain said when I was drunk, we would do. Mm-hmm. When I sober, I realized, all right, I have control of my body, I have control of my mind, my everything. What do I do next? Do I just like I didn't know the next step. So then little by little, I realized like, all right, you know what? My whole life, drinking, smoking weed revolved around it. So anything I did when I was doing that, I just follow it. Yeah. And like, you know, when you get buzzed, you're feeling good, like you hit up a friend, hey, let's go to the club, let's hang out and all that shit. And when you're sober, you're like, nah, I'm just gonna stay home. Yeah, I don't feel like it. And when I stay at home, I'm like, what do I do? I'm just bored. Like,
kind of safer.
And then I was like, what's my next step? And then I started like kind of like, guess self-loving myself. Like, all right, bro, like you're doing good. You know, you're not doing drugs off. Most of the people are. Yeah. What's your next step?
Kind of more like the noise is off. Let me just focus on myself.
And then I was like, and I was lost for a minute, and I'm like, you know what? Let's go to the gym. I was over 200 some pounds. I never been that big. I'm like, I gotta get back down to some pounds. You know, that's too much, and I'm obese technically in the eye of the doctor.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right. So then that was my first step. You know, let's go to the gym, get healthy, start eating better. Started like that. I'm like, all right, bro. Look, I feel I'm getting more energy. All right, let's start working better. I'm like, you know what? I'm doing this now. I gotta get a job, make the business bigger. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, I started doing that. And once I started drinking again, and during like December, just the holidays, I started losing my mind again. Like, it started getting like foggy. I'm like, oh, bro, like, why the fuck am I doing all this shit, man? I could just have fun drinking and partying and this and that.
Or I could just fucking chill.
Yeah,
like,
and then I got sober.
I'm already up. Let me just chill.
Yeah, then I got sober again because I told myself once. For December, I'll drink all, party, whatever, hang out, eat as much as I can. Yeah. Once January comes, the new year, I'll go back on my shit, get disciplined, and I've done that. Yeah. So now I only drink on the weekends or whatever, and I don't not every weekend, but I try to keep it
like minimum.
Minimum, yeah. And going off what Young Thug said, maybe his whole life was just drinking and not fucking having that fear of giving a fuck about shit. Now that he's sobered up, he's probably like, fuck, like,
yeah, because we're watching
how much shit I fucked up.
We're watching that video of them in court when they're playing his song, and I mean, I don't know if he, like I said, I could see it in his face, like, damn, like, what if he's just like, damn, I'm regretting all the shit that I did, you know?
Like,
I mean, he's the only one that has to fucking deal with it, bro. When you go to court, bro, you're the only one to you can take a gang of charges with your homies, with your boys and shit, and then but at the end of the day, okay, say it's 4 of us in a car, right? Mm-hmm. We get pulled over, we have something with us and shit. You don't know that I have it, whatever, yada yada. Drove someone driving, the car's in his name. He gets fucked because I got something that we shouldn't have in the car and shit. Mm-hmm. Whatever. Shit like that. Or he's caught in the mix because he's associated with me. Anyways, now there's 4 charges on all of us for whatever reason. Point being, now you, Dro, had to face those fucking charges and shit. Whether you're innocent or not, you had to fucking face the music by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, we're together, and then that's when magically your boys feel or whatever. All that money y'all flexing, no one can bail you out and shit. Yeah. Now your fucking Thea's fucking pawning her shit or whatever. All that bullshit. Anyways, sidetracking. What I'm saying is, when it comes to that shit, you got to take the charges yourself, bro. Like, when the music hits, you're fucking... It's the same with financial bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or, like, when you got to clean up your own fucking mess, bro, like, us as men and shit, bro, no one's going to pick you the fuck back up. Like, that's one of the hardest realities I had to face as an adult is for the pros and cons, I'm alone on my own, and for the good and the fucking bad. I can do what the fuck I want, but when I had to take care of my own shit, I had to fucking do it. Ain't no one gonna fucking ain't no one gonna maintain the business.
You can have your friends and family, like everyone, and they love you and whatever, but the moment when like you fall down, like you're the one that has yourself, you know?
Yeah, and then like just the same thing with your fucking dreams. The same thing with your dreams. Everyone's like, you know, maybe you have that support for someone to support your dreams, or like, hey, me, who like for me, my experience, I was on my bullshit. I was on the bad track. So when people saw me finally fixing my shit, it was like they support you. But one thing I could tell people is that once I became a normal civilian, big fucking whoop, bro. You're fucking doing shit like you're doing your same 40 hours as everybody else, bro. If you want to just keep going that way, or someone else, or like you want to do more, no one's there to support it. Like no one gives a fuck.
And like, that's what I realized too. Like with the last podcast we talked about like how the business started with my parents, right? My dad started it, whatever. And for the longest time, I was in the right mindset, so I always used to like look at my dad for anything I ever did, like any projects, jobs, new houses, whatever we got. I used to always like, okay, I know we're good because my dad's there. So if I fail, my dad could just fix my failure, you know. And this year, my dad's to the point where like he can't be out there as much. He just getting tired, you know. And then I had this one problem where something happened at work where it was up to me to figure it out. Yeah. And then in my back of my head, I'm like, I could just ask my dad, and my dad would help me. But then I'm like, bro, like you're fucking almost 30 years old. I'm gonna be 29 next week. So I'm like, I'm already getting to the age where like I need to stop fucking relying on everybody else and just rely on myself. Like, because at the end of the day, if my parents pass away, God forbid that happens, or like friends close to me that are helping me around, and I'm alone, I gotta have that mindset. Like, this is just me. I have to fight this world alone and figure it out. So that the people that are behind me or below me that are looking up to me, I have the answers and stuff like that. Yeah. And the funny thing is, more that I do that, it's fucking scary, dude. It is like that job that I did was fucking scary. I thought I lost a lot of money, but then we ended up doing everything I was supposed to. We ended up making the money that I originally thought. But just at that moment, I'm like, fuck, bro, I'm spending more money than I thought, or I'm doing this and this and that. And at the end of the job was done, we all ended up making the money I was supposed to. And I'm like, what the fuck was I stressing about, bro? Like everything worked out the way I thought it was. Yeah, we had some bumps in the road, but we fixed it as we went. It wasn't nothing serious. I'm like, it's gonna fuck shit up. And then my mindset now is like, anything I go through, you're gonna hit those fucking bumps. And it's cliche, like everybody says, like you gotta fail first before you success.
You gotta walk before you run.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that's what happened to me when I did this big project. I had to plan over like almost, let's say 4,000 plants. Yeah. And my biggest fear was like, it's not enough, or it's a little less, whatever. And we ended up getting the job done. And for like a whole month or two, I was stressing about it. If we hit the job, I was stressing about it. Oh, we gotta get this. It might not be enough. I'm not gonna lose money and whatever. We got the job done. Guy was happy. Customer loved it. Got us to do another job. And then I'm like, why the fuck was I stressing, dude? And then now next time I do a job like that or a project, I know what to take the steps as measuring, writing shit down and shit like that.
It was a learning experience.
But like, at that moment, I'm like, bro, I'm fucking failing. I'm not doing like fuck.
Did you kind of get scared? Like, what's the word? Deteriorated?
I got to the point where
discouraged.
I got to the point where I'm like, should I even like? Why am I doing this?
Give up?
Yeah, I was like, why am I doing this shit? Like, fuck, because there was a spot where I ended up taking wrong measurements So I'm like,
and that shit's
fuck.
impactful. Bro.
So it wasn't like a little measurement. It was like say $100. It was like a measurement was almost $1,000
Damn.
of our profit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I took the measurements wrong, and I'm like, fuck, dude. Like,
no, dude, measurements make
so now it's like I gotta take that responsibility and take that big hit, which is gonna affect the company, affect the workers, affect the boss, everything like that. And then when we ended up fixing some shit, I realized, all right, bro, like it wasn't a big deal like that. We only lost like $200 instead of losing 1,000. We lost like $200 at that moment. And then once we got everything down, we still ended up getting a profit. And it wasn't as much as I thought. Oh, I was off by $200 off the profit, but we still made a profit for the company. I'm like, bro, like as my first big project alone without my dad helping me or just me running the business alone, I'm like, bro, I could do this. Like, this is just a little small step. Because I look at it a couple weeks later, I'm like, bro, that last project was nothing. The next project's gonna be harder. So from learning from the project before, it's gonna help me learn the next project.
Yeah,
no,
and then that's how it goes, man.
Yeah, I feel that.
Oh yeah, that was sick though.
No.
You told me the story. I was sick. Like, damn, that's what's up.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. And it's like you said, but you gotta fail before you learn this shit. But it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to call for help when it's like when I know I can do it. But it's like not even that. It's just that you took your L to fucking make it something.
And I always listen to other people or listen to like podcasts. Like you gotta fail before you get there. Like you're gonna fail so much. There's a lot of failure, and then eventually you get your wins.
Yeah, that's the thing though too, bro. Only you can take your L's just as much as when your your fucking win is like earned for you. Only you could take your fucking L's. Like that whole thing everyone says, like no one's there for the L's and shit. Everyone's there for the celebration and shit. But like that's the same thing too. Only you can take your fucking L's, bro.
Like everybody always wants to say, I want to run my own business. I want to be my own boss. I'm like, no, you fucking don't, dude. Because at the end of the day, there's no holidays. There's no days off. You might have a day off, but you're still doing something. Like what Jasmine tells me, my girlfriend, she always tells me, like your phone's always blowing up. You're always doing. I'm like, yeah, but that's part of running the business. Like my shit's always. I'm on call 24/7, no matter what.
Yeah. You feel like your mind's always racing
all the time, dude. My mind's always like, and I think that's why when I was drinking, it kind of helped me ease it because I would not think about a lot about work and just enjoy life. But then I realized once I sober up, I'm like, bro, like this is reality. If I don't take it like straight to the fucking face of it, I'm never gonna learn. See, and I'm gonna be in the same spot.
No, and okay, like because you said your choice of that shit was alcohol. Alcohol is still a drug. Some people don't maneuver like. With particular, like what's that one saying? There's productive addicts.
Yeah.
And shit. Like I'm not saying you're an addict. I'm trying to throw a word at you.
I was. I'm not.
Classified and shit.
I was an alcoholic.
Like, bro, I'm drinking right now. Technically, it's a drug. I'm drunk right now. I'm texting right now. It's technically a fucking drug. Let's be mature about it. But what I'm saying is there's functional ones, there's motherfuckers that aren't, there's motherfuckers that just like, use it to chill, motherfuckers that take the edge off, everything in between, bro. There's motherfuckers that have, unfortunately, people genetically get hit with, what's like what thing? Addictive personalities. Yeah. And it's not their fault. It hits everybody fucking different. Like for me personally, I don't like smoking weed and shit. I really don't like smoking weed. Like when I was at, when I was doing a photo shoot for my product, like the Arizona drop, the bracelets and shit that we're dropping soon. I was linked up with my boy Ben Pretty and shit, and that fool was telling me like, "Oh, you don't smoke and shit." Like he was expecting me to smoke, like he wanted me to smoke, and I was like, "Nah, bro. Like I like to drink. Like if you're trying to drink, let's drink." But he was like telling me like, "No, like he was surprised, like you don't smoke and shit." And it's like one of those things where it's like everyone's different with it. Yeah. And then my homegirl, Pretty Nova, she was there too. She was like, "Cause I smoke CBD." Which is funny. It's like diet weed. The homie Brandon.
Diet weed really is what it is.
Yeah, literally the homie Brandon and shit. He always gives me shit like, "Oh, you smoking that booth peg and shit." It's all love and shit. It's all homie shit. But it's like saying it's like that's my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? But like every other people move different. Where they're like they can function off weed, but they don't want alcohol. Me, might rather prefer a drink over smoking weed. If I smoke weed, it's like I feel like I'm out of place. I'd rather do that by myself. I'd rather be by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like it's to each his own. I'm not trying to glorify these vices. I'm just saying it affects everyone differently. The same thing with stress, the same thing with food, the same thing with impact around people around you. And that's valid. You know what I'm saying? That's valid. It's just like how Eric was saying, it's like owning the situation and shit.
And like for me, I wasn't addicted to it. I mean, I mean, people will say I'm addicted to it. I'm an alcoholic. And I'll say I'm an alcoholic because I was drinking more than the usual person. Yeah, a casual person does. But I started as a young kid. Seeing like my father, the workers drinking after work, having a good beer, and I'm like, oh, let me have
cerveza.
Yeah, and it started like that.
I have something to talk about that.
Well, you want to start it?
No, go ahead, go finish. Go.
No, I was just saying, I started like watching them. Like, why you guys always fucking drinking? This shit's fucking whack. Like, bro, I'm trying to get shit money. I'm trying to get money,
Got my bread up. Yeah.
And then the more I started working with them, then I'm like, let me taste a beer. you know what? I fucking feel good. I was working better. Like I was like this because I feel numb. You know when you drink, you feel numb. You don't feel nothing.
Yeah, like
and
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, so I felt like that. So I was like, all right, shit, it's getting done. I'm working faster. Like you know what?
Yeah.
So then I got a habit where I'm like, if I drink, I do better. Start getting like that, but you know what happens? Your tolerance gets higher. You build it.
So you keep doing it.
You keep doing it. And eventually, you're out, instead of a two beers, you're having 3 beers, 4 beers, 6 beers, 10 beers, whatever.
30 pack.
So I got to a point where I was just drinking too much. Where I'm like, bro, like it hits me for like a good 10 minutes, and then I gotta drink more to hit it. And I hit that shit.
And at that point, it's just sloppy, or at that point, you reach your peak point where you can't feel any more than that.
Yeah.
And shit.
And the funny thing is, I was telling my girls, like, I'm an alcoholic, but I'm not addicted to it. It's a habit. I need a habit.
The same thing with people with smoking hella weed and shit.
Yeah. And it was, for me, it was a habit. Like, I wasn't doing it because I wanted to. I wanted it as I was doing it because my body was asking for it, which was a habit. Because it's like when you smoke a cigarette, you're lighting the cigarette, putting it in your mouth, you're putting it down, putting it back in your mouth. It's a habit.
Yeah.
And like my father-in-law, he smokes a lot of cigarettes, and he stopped for a while. He's like, but what I miss was the habit of just putting the cigarette in my mouth, putting it out.
That's kind of like when you're at a family party, or like back when we used to party.
Yeah.
You're standing around it where you don't want to just stand like there like nothing. You gotta have like a cup.
Yeah.
Even if that cup is empty,
Like,
bro, you still hold that shit, bro.
drinking.
Yeah, you want that prop in
Damn, you gonna let me talk or what?
My bad. My bad.
Every time. No, but I'm saying like, yeah, no, not bad. But like, it's like every time, like when you go out, like even just like being at the club or something like that, like I never like to be like without a drink. I just wanted to like fuck something in my hand, like a beer or something.
It's a social area you're at, and it puts in your brain like, all right, if you go out to a club or something, you need to have a beer to enjoy the scenery and all that.
Yeah. It's like a social crutch.
Yeah, and you don't have to, because I've when I sobered up, I went to the casino, we went to the bars and shit without drinking, and I had a way more of a fun blast, and I remember everything. Considered to drink, yeah. When you're drinking at that moment, you love it. It's the best time of your life. But then the next morning, the consequent hit, the hangovers and shit like that. Yeah, it depends how bad you get. You probably not even remember shit. Like,
you probably wasted less money if you were sober and shit. Mm-hmm. More critical.
And the funny thing is, when I was getting bad with the drinking, and we used to travel a lot on airplanes, I was spending close to $100 on like 4 or 5 beers or like cocktails at the airport. Yeah,
because it's expensive as fucking.
And I'm like, fuck that shit. Money comes and goes, you know. And when I sobered up, I'm like, why the fuck was I spending that much money on a fucking thing,
Smoke
man?
That you. Yeah.
Smoke that you.
What I was not talking about, because we were talking about like, you know, like your parents and not to drink after, like grab a drink. Mm-hmm. I saw this video that's saying like they talk about like how like the like I don't know, maybe not our generation, but the younger generation. Like now they're getting older, they're working in school and everything. They have like, let's say go to work, and then they have school right after, and then they go home, and then they're saying that a lot of these kids are depressed because they have nowhere else to like take like that like the, how do I say it, like
it's a routine that they have going on.
Yeah, as I said, third place. It's called third place. Like they don't have somewhere to go to. Like I'm just like unwind and like just hang out and chill like that. Because you see it in movies and TV, whatever. The dad like he fucking goes to work. He's with the family. But then after work, they go like to a bar to drink for a couple hours and they go home, you know?
Yeah.
And now that's how like the older generation was. Like, I don't know, maybe my dad, your dad, something, but they would like go out to like do work, whatever, and they could go out with us and go grab a drink and come back later. They would go just to like, I'm gonna take my mind off everything.
Kind of like to reset their body for the next day. Yeah. So they kind of like relieve themselves by going and drinking and having a good time.
Yeah, because we've done like, I think that should be our thing. Like we wait till the weekend to like, I'm gonna go out and drink and have fun, because the whole week is just like fucking schoolwork, this and that. So when the weekend come out, like, hell yeah, now I'm gonna go out with the homies. We're gonna go drink. We're gonna have fun. Whatever happens, you know.
And you know what's funny thing is that saying that's how I feel like now that so my discipline is not to drink anymore during the weekday and drink on the weekends. Yeah. Coming Friday after I got off work with my bro, like I need a beer. Like it's a Friday. I don't have no responsibilities next day. I'm gonna work around the house. Yeah, I'm gonna work around the house, you know. But I'm at home. I'm like Friday. I have nothing else to do. I'm gonna do the podcast. I'm like, I can have a couple of beers, you know, let's just have a good time. But it's like, it wasn't me thinking about it. It's like my mind and my body is asking for it, because you know it's the weekend's coming.
Oh fuck! And I feel the same way too. I feel the same way too and shit. That's crazy. I didn't. Yeah,
because all week I didn't want a beer. Like I had a bunch of times where I could go get a beer. I'm like, no, I'm good. Like I don't want to be fucked up tonight.
Or like the mood doesn't sound right.
It doesn't.
Like on a work day, bro. Yeah, I gotta work today, or I just got off work. No.
Yeah, after work, I'm like, yo, it's Friday. It's fucking
crack open one.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
that's exactly that's my thought process. Wow, it's interesting. I don't know if it's necessarily a good thing, but going off what Joe said too, it's kind of like, damn, am I making that the third place? And that's like kind of a good and a bad thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's people like even in the comments I was reading that, oh, like I go to bars and stuff like that, and then people like, oh, I think the video was pretty much saying like, oh, these kids don't have a third place to go to, so like they're all depressed and sad because they don't have anywhere to go unwind and socialize.
They do,
but the people were saying, oh my bad.
No, go. Sorry,
people were saying like, oh, we do, but it's like the gym or like we go do something productive and like that. And I was like, oh, that's true because I think about it too. Like, oh, if I go to work and then back when I go to school, I'll go to school and then like, oh, I have like some time, I'm gonna go work out at the gym.
Yeah,
that'll do my thing, and then the weekend be like drinking and shit, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you know what's funny? When I was younger, I was always busy. I had football, I had wrestling, I had like a bunch of. I was in sports. So after school, my shit was already scheduled. Like, all right, I gotta go do this. By the time I got home, it was already like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You know, eat dinner, shower, hang out, watch TV. Because at that time, phones weren't that popular.
Yeah, they were the fucking. They weren't even smartphones yet.
Yeah. They weren't. So I was watching a lot of TV, playing games.
Yeah, back when they were easier to steal.
So I had a lot of things going on for myself, and I feel like nowadays that people aren't involved in that shit, like extracurriculars,
activities,
activities, whatever.
Subtract you and shit.
Yeah, electives. Let's call
electives.
it.
Yeah.
No. And fuck, I don't want to cut you off, but in that same notion, why they say it's important for the youth to have something to do and shit, so they keep don't get in trouble.
Yeah, and keep their mind stimulated. Because I feel like a lot of people, what they do after school, they'll go home and just be on their phone. Yeah. And on the phone, they see all this fucking people being productive, because you're watching someone else doing work, being hard work. Yeah. So you're at home like, bam, like, what the fuck? I'm just sitting here watching other people do shit, and then you get depressed instead of being out there with your friends hanging out or whatever. True, yeah. You're just on your phone, or like you said, the virtual reality. Now I go home and I'm excited to play virtual reality with you when we play the casino and all that shit, because that's a whole different world, a whole different vibe.
And you get to socialize. Because I have the routine. I go to work and I go to the gym straight after just to get out of the way. Yeah. And I come home and then I have like 5-6 hours until bedtime. Yeah. I have nothing. Like, I should be doing something productive with like the podcast or something to better myself. Like, I'm looking for something to do. Yeah. And then now that we have the headsets, I'm like, I have some time to kill. I'm gonna jump on and like go like pretend gamble on like the VR headset. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Now,
and it's good because you're relieving stress.
Yeah, because I'm socializing. We're talking to people just like so that we like talk to like just some random person online, and then I learned a lot of like about playing craps now because some dude was trying to get some tips.
Yeah, and then they give us tips.
They give us tips and do this, and they're like, oh shit, like it's fun socializing with people.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's what I was saying because so today I didn't go to work today. Work was slow enough, so I just sent the guys.
I got PTO.
Yeah, no, I sent the guys to work. Tell them, just go do your hours, whatever. And so I woke up at 10 because I went to sleep late last night. I woke up at 10, went to ate breakfast, went to the gym, went to go drop off money to the workers and shit like that, and then got home. Got home by like, I want to say about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And from that time to the podcast, for like the 4 hours, I had nothing to do. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do? And I started playing. I'm like, this shit's boring. And I check it on the VR. I'm like, this shit's boring. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what if I just drink right now and just chill, get the...
Yeah. Literally, if I do something fun and just drink in the middle of the day.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where my mind was like, what if I just crack open a beer and smoke a joint and then get ready for the podcast tonight?
Fuck, I thought of that shit before. It'll be at 3-4 in the afternoon. I was like, fuck, it's a little early.
And that's on my mind because I'm not doing anything. I'm not stimulated. So I'm just sitting in my house, like bored, and my girlfriend's asleep because she wasn't feeling well, so she wanted to sleep. And I'm just sitting there on my phone, and I smoked a joint, and I'm like, you know what? We'll lighten up the mood. No, lighten up the mood. Go get a beer and just I feel good. So when I go do the podcast tonight, and I'm like, no, that's fucking like, dude. Like, there's no reason for me to be drinking right now.
Yeah, no, I feel that. That's funny because when I picked up some drinks and shit on the way back, because me and my girl she was with me this afternoon.
Yeah,
and then like. She's chilling with me and shit, but then she's in the way for me to do the podcast and stuff like that. Like, hey, we don't want to step out, yada, yada, so let's get the drinks before or later and shit, because we know we're going to drink later, but this is at 1 p.m., and we're not going to drink up till like 7. And it was like 3, and then you guys said, Joe texted me, like, yo, let's start a little bit earlier, like at 5 and shit. And then I was like, at 3, I was like, I kind of want to drink now. I'm bored.
That's how I thought.
Yeah, and then I was like, this movie's fucking whack. But then it kicked in. It was fire as fuck. It was at fuck. Have you seen the Society of the Snow People?
Oh yeah,
no. The one with the rugby players.
Yeah,
yeah, it is them. Yeah, technically, yeah. But excuse me, the name sounds so much better because it's in Spanish. It's a really good movie and shit.
It's in Spanish.
Yeah, technically the movie is in Spanish and shit. It's like
they were Spaniards or what were they? They
more like Uruguay and shit. Yeah, yeah, like. That area and shit, but it's like I watched it in English, but like I can understand Spanish, but I watched it in English because it was good. dubbing, whatever. But anyways, like it wasn't kicking in at first, but then like it was like when the movie started really kicking in, I was like, I completely forgot about the urge to drink.
Damn.
So maybe it was that simulation and shit.
It is
stimulation.
It's because if when you're not doing something, your brain will go to what you like to do more or it's used to. So my problem was like, okay,
go rob a bank.
I had no
commit crime.
You know, it's funny though because now that I switched my routine's different now.
Oh. Okay.
So before when I was drinking a lot, I'll wake up, have a coffee. By 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I needed my beer. Yeah. Once 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock I hit, all right, it's time for a beer.
God damn, you were drinking that early?
Yeah, when I was getting bad into it, dude.
No, that's just what shit. No, excuse me. I don't mean to sound judgmental. No, it's just a shock to hear it, but it's a real reality
but
that people do.
But I'm here to talk about it. Like, I'm not gonna fucking sugarcoat it to people. Like, oh, you know, it wasn't that bad. Like I was bad into it. I was getting bad to where like, I think I
Would you ever drink before you ate?
Oh yeah, I used to not eat at all, so I could get the buzz harder. Because I got to the point where like my tolerance was so bad, dude, where I could have 3 tall cans and I started feeling a little buzz. I'm like, no,
like the equivalent to like 2 beers.
No, equivalent to like 1 tall can. Like if I have 1 tall can, I'm already like feeling good right now. Back then 2-3 tall cans wouldn't even do shit to me, so I would have to have like 4 or 5 tall cans just to feel buzz. Yeah. So I realized that the way to hit it better, or not to drink it, or not to eat at all day.
Cheat code.
But then the more I'll have 3 tall cans feels really, really good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it'll go down faster. So I have another beer. Next thing you know, I'm blacked out because I don't have nothing in my stomach to absorb it.
Yeah. No, that's like reminds me when I was like a huge ass pothead. I was like, the best high is having a pre-high. And then like when you would smoke and then you would come down. Yeah. And then smoke again, it would be boom, boom, boom. Like,
it's funny because when I still smoke, but when I used to smoke a lot back then.
Oh, dude, bro, when I was like 14, 13, bro, this is ridiculous. Like, no child should be doing this shit.
Yeah, that's how I used to be.
I was like, the best high.
Like, my best high is wake and bake.
For real?
And if I don't wake and bake, the next high will be good, you know? Yeah. But after your high comes down, you want to make sure you get that high again, so you smoke way more.
Like you're cherishing this moment so much that you're like, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
And it's gonna hit when I fucking don't do it.
Yeah.
And I remember, bro, like, remember we used to live in the old house, bro? Yeah. Like, I remember I was so fucking always high and shit that I would take a little sneaker toke or a little bullet, what do you call it? And just take a micro hit and blow it out the window.
It's a shooter. Or they call it
the 1 puff.
One puff shooter, where they call it.
Yeah, the little shit. I used to have one of those and shit. And I was like, bro, I was like 13, 14. I wasn't even 15. I was just like,
smoking Reggie's.
Me and Joe used to, yeah, exactly. This was when that Reggie pack and shit. Me and Joe used to share a room. And I remember those 2 beds and stuff like that. And then I remember I would like, bro, I was so fucked up all the time. I was like, I didn't even think I realized I was fucked up. I would just take a low micro hit, like, you know, let me take a hit.
It's called one hit quitter.
Yeah, that's one. I would just grab a 1 hit quitter.
Sneaker talk.
That's the name, bro. Came in clutch, but like, you know, pros and cons. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would just fucking take one of those and just take a micro hit and blow it out the window and shit. And that's it throughout my day. And I was like 14, bro. Like I just needed that stimulation and shit. This is the time when I'm telling you, going back to what we're saying, that like I was so fucked up all the time and shit, either drunk or high or committing some kind of activity I should, that I shouldn't. That when I was sober, I was like, yo, this is the trip. Like, and it's like an unfortunate reality and shit, but what I'm saying that, like, bro, I was fucking lost, dude. Yeah. I was fucking lost.
Yeah, I usually do get lost in shit like that.
Yeah, and then, it was fucking fun. Yeah, of course it was fucking fun. But what I'm telling you is, like, the reason why, the 90% of the reason why I did that shit, like, motherfucker, that kid was bored. Yeah. He was bored, bro. He had no one to talk to.
Open a book.
Yeah, I couldn't crack open a book. I was like, fuck school, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, and I was like, what? I was in a charter school at the time. Like, bro, the comprehension of, like, my actions was not fucking there. I had no real fucking in reality, I had no comprehension of my actions and
That's
shit.
Crazy.
I didn't give a fuck.
Cause I was like I had friends and like people I knew in school, like they needed to get higher, have a little bit of drink to like function. Like,
yeah, and you thought like, what the fuck? Why, bro?
What the fuck? Why? Like,
I used to think
I could never do that. Like, if I smoked, I know I wouldn't be able to function like in class or something.
Like when I was in high school, the thing at that time, which is now worse, was pill popping.
Oh yeah.
So people, when I was in high school, that's when it started gravitating to pill popping instead of smoking weed or whatever. Because weed back then was a fucking bad thing. Like, you're smoking weed, you're a fucking thug, or you're a fucking bad person.
Hooligan and shit.
Yes, and then so I started smoking more. It was all good, you know. People were looking at me as like the bad guy, and then people started smoking like, oh, whatever, it's not a big thing. But in high school, people start gravitating more to pills.
Pill popping animals.
And I'm like,
skip to it and shit.
yeah. They just started doing pills, and I started doing pills too. But when I started doing pills, I was able to quit it quick like that. If I wanted to not drink or do pills no more, I could stop like that, no problem.
Yeah.
And I was looking at my friends like, bro, like, why do you keep taking pills, bro? Like, just stop. Like, there's no reason for you to keep taking. Like, it doesn't. Just stop and you're good. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize that what a hold it takes on you.
It does.
It does. Like when you're on pills, because it's like I didn't know it at the time.
You weren't realizing that it was like taking like you were becoming more reliant on it, huh?
What pills?
Yeah.
No. I had no problem with pill at all.
Oh really? Yeah.
I did for like a month or so where I was taking too much Xannies, and I'm like, I gotta stop this shit. This shit's just fucking my shit up, and I stopped. 100% cold turkey. Didn't even fucking touch it after that. Stopped. And those was about 10 plus years, and I haven't touched a pill since then.
Damn.
And I'm like, bro, it's that fucking simple. Like, why is it so hard for you to just stop doing pills or drinking? But once I started drinking,
that's different.
And then I started realizing, like, bro, it's hard. Like, this is like
everybody has a different addiction.
The shit that I was preaching to my homies, it's happening to me now. I'm like, and then my mom and my dad tells me, or my mom does, because my dad's the same way. Mm-hmm. My mom tells me, my girlfriend tells me, a lot of people tell me, like, why do you drink? Like, what's the whole point of drinking? Like, what do you get out of it?
Yeah, because I've never been like a drinker or smoking during the week. It always be on the weekends. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people like drinking or smoking during the week. Like, I can't do that because I get stupid and whatever. So I'm not gonna be like that. And then I would see, like, for example, Dino, he's not like an alcoholic, but he had like a little sip or drink or two. I was like, what are you doing? Like, it's not like, what's the whole point of it?
Yeah, because I've noticed with you, like, you don't drink a lot like other people do, or you don't even drink at all when we go out or something like that sometimes. Yeah,
because I was saying that he drinks like during the week, and then like for me to drink, I was like, I want to get drunk and get fucked up. So the weekends that's what they were for, you know. So like to drink during the week, like it wouldn't. I didn't see the point of it, because like, why am I gonna just have like one or two if I'm not gonna get fucked up?
It's hard to explain to, because everybody's mind's different.
Yeah.
The reason why I used to drink a lot during the week was because it made me feel more alive. It made me feel like the person I want to be. Mm-hmm. It made me feel like I'm invincible. Anything you do to me or anything, it doesn't affect me. I could go do what I want. I could, like if my girlfriend tells me, like, let's go walk the dog, I'm like, no, I don't want to. I'm lazy.
Yeah.
If I have a couple of beers,
like, fuck, let's go.
And she tells me, let's go. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. I'll walk in myself if you don't want to go. So like it activates something different in my mind where I'll be more productive. Yeah. But like I said, the more and more you do it, that productivity goes away.
Yeah.
And then next you know, you just want to get fucked up and black out, and then you're just lazy, you're getting fat, you're doing nothing. And that was my problem, where I took advantage of it, and I got to that point where I'm like, bro, like, this isn't even fun no more. It's not even nice. It's not even good for me no more. I'm just fucking miserable.
No, dude, I had that. I had a brief moment like that during the pandemic with drinking and shit, just because I would like everyone was locked in and shit and whatever, and I was just drinking all the time. From what used to be once a week, maybe every 2 weeks. For sure, like every 2 weeks or something, like at least once or twice, to like up to fucking 3 times a week for sure.
Yeah.
Like for sure.
Smoke that you.
That's what I'm saying. Like for real, it went from like once or twice a week and shit to like every other week to like 3 times a fucking week. And then it started like, I remember, bro, like, and you remember the cacti drink?
Yeah.
I'm not saying, it fucking made me an addict, but it didn't help that drink was good and it was strong and shit.
It's just gross.
You were up in the ante and shit. Yeah, exactly. It was gross. But it was like, 3 of these, I'm fucking zooted. Yeah. And then like, bro, one of them was 7%. So 7 times 3 is what, 21? So I was like, bro, I was slamming like the equivalent to like 4 or 5 beers in 3 sessions, and it tasted, it would just go smooth. And then basically my point is like, it got to the point where like this high isn't even funny anymore. Yeah. I remember at the studio at Kennedy's and shit, and we had like the studio set up and shit. I was like, yo, it's not even funny anymore. And it's just like, the response I kind of got, I think I micro picked it up. They was like, yo, I'm tripping. Yeah. Like I'm literally tripping and shit. And it's like, when the crowd's not feeling the same way, it makes fucking sense.
Yeah. Well, that's what I want to talk to you about. So, I mean, we got into really deep about the drinking and all that shit. But I kind of want to ask you guys, like, you think that's what's wrong with, like, the United States? Like, everybody's addicted to something where, like, they can't... Because we were... I was talking to my sister about it, too, how, like, Japan, China, Tokyo, whatever, all, like, the other different countries... Yeah. Their shit revolves around technology and being smart about it and getting shit done. Like, you know, inventing shit. Yeah, and if you come to America, it's all about everybody's on a fucking drug.
No, but at the same time, every country has its vice. So have you ever seen those videos?
No, but I'm saying like, but what I'm saying is like, we got to a point where everything's normal. If you're on one, if you're on, someone's always on drugs. Like no one's really 100% sober. I say at least probably 5-10% of the people in the United States is sober, of doing nothing, just life. Yeah. But the other like 80% is on something. It's either weed, beer, pills, or just food or something. Like there's something
caffeine, coffee,
coffee.
And it's so easy to say the ones that are straight edge and shit or straight sober. Excuse me, like. They're mamona about it.
Yeah.
They're mamona about it. They're like, oh, I don't gotta get high. Oh, you always gotta drink. You always gotta smoke. It's like, you're fucking being lame about it. Like, you don't have to I'm not saying, oh, you gotta drink or smoke to be cool. No, I'm saying is like, you're making it, what's something so simple? I want this cheesecake. You're making me feel guilty about this cheesecake. So just fucking eat it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right, let's switch it up because we've been talking about drinking the whole time.
Yeah.
Like a whole hour now.
Let's switch it up.
We could cut some of it off.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to switch up a little bit.
Go ahead. Tell me.
I want to see.
Put me on, family.
I wanted to ask you guys.
Put me on.
You guys all did New Year resolutions, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys keep up with them, or you guys already broke them?
No,
it's in the same. It's like we're like 12 days in.
Yeah, but people already break them.
Well, mine weren't like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym and lose all that shit. Mine's always gonna be like that. That's not resolution. It's just that's the thing. I'm always go to the gym. I'm gonna work on my self health and whatever. All that shit.
Yeah.
But mine were more like more about like mental, like believe more in yourself and like and other shit like just what's it called? Working more on my sleep, like getting better sleep.
Oh yeah,
stuff like that. Which I'm still working on that. I'm trying to work on that. But that's one of my main goals, like better sleep.
I should have made that as my goal because. Dude, for me, I go to sleep by 12 or 1 already, and I have to wake up at 6 in the morning. Yeah, and it's like, I try to go to sleep at 9 o'clock, and I smoke more weed, and for it to put me to sleep, I'm like, dude, I'm still up. And then I try to like take some I don't take NyQuil or anything, but I try to like stay up all day and like get tired. Yeah. And when I get home, I'm tired, but after I have like dinner or whatever, I'm wide awake. Yeah. And I'm just on my phone or I'm just watching TV and I can't go to sleep at all. Yeah. And I even put some of that night music or like meditating music, like kind of like music that puts you to sleep. Yeah. It doesn't fucking help, dude.
No, and then I think the biggest problem for me is like always being on my phone and shit. Cause I work night shift, so when I get home and shit. After 7, I'm just like, why? If I fall asleep by 9, I get a good grace point of like at least 6 or something hours and shit.
What's your goal on sleeping? Mine's like 8.
I say as long as I get 6, I'm straight.
Yeah, 6 because I only get like 4 hours of sleep every day. I go to sleep at 12 and I have to wake up like at 4. Damn. To get ready. Yeah. So like it's killing me because
that's why you're always online all late.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bad habit.
It is because I'm on my phone or I'm like watching a movie or like on the headset, whatever.
Yeah.
Because my shit used to be like by 10 o'clock I was already in bed, ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
Or like go to sleep, and like now I can't even fucking go to sleep till like 12 or 1. Yeah. And I gotta get up at 6. Yeah. I'm like fucking tired.
But it's weird because the daytime I'm fucking tired at work. I'm falling asleep. During daytime, like as soon as I get home, I'll take a fat ass nap, or might as well just sleep the whole night until the next day. Yeah. I get home and
you take naps during the day or no?
Not anymore. Like I stop. I used to a lot, but now I stop because I want to help with like, oh, if I don't take a nap, then I could probably fall asleep better at night, you know? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I do that, and it kind of does help. But it depends. But
then again, this is maybe for that third.
Damn, you want me to finish?
No. Okay, exactly. No. What I'm saying is, it would have been clutch as fuck if you had your third place because you come back home and all you know is your fucking comfortability and shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So then it's just so easy for you to go back to sleep because like that, I've had that issue before too. It's like, well, I got nothing to do, so let me just lay down. And I'm like, I'll just be on my phone for 15 minutes.
2 hours later. Yeah, exactly. No, that's the thing. I'm on my phone or have something going on, and I'm fighting my sleep. Cause like it's the whole thing, like the whole like self-sabatage, the whatever thing. Oh yeah. Cause you don't want to go to sleep because you just spent the whole day working. You only have a few hours left after work, so like oh, I don't have this. I only have certain time. Like I need time to myself just to unwind and think about shit and stuff like that. So then you're on the phone just watching videos, doing dumb shit. And next thing you know, it's like 3 hours past. I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta go to bed. It's already late, and I'm tired the next day. And the same shit over and over. You know.
No, I fucking feel it.
So it's like I've been trying to work on it. Like the last couple of days, I actually did because I don't know why I fall asleep like 10ish or whatever, and it works. Like I wake up all right. I'm so tired because I still need to catch up on sleep, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
But like I go to sleep a little early. It's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try to keep doing it for a while and see how it does. Because if I fall asleep like at 10, and wake up like at 4, like 8 hours, probably
6 hours, 5 plus,
yeah, something like that. So like that's what I want to do because I notice at work I'm fucking dozing off and like damn, I'm fucking tired.
And that makes the biggest impact like when you have to follow through and shit, even though you tell yourself you'll be fine. Yeah. Like I've noticed that shit before too. It's like it's fucking draining and shit. Mm-hmm. Like, and then, cause like I work night shift and stuff like that. So then like, this is why you shouldn't pay attention to other people's opinions. Because at work, if you have the quote unquote luxury of sleeping 8 hours, they'll throw shade at you.
Oh, you have that much time to sleep?
Yeah, like, oh, you don't have kids.
I fucking
you don't
work
gotta worry.
2 jobs.
Yeah, I work 2 jobs, or like, oh, I gotta do this. And like, I get it, and that's valid and shit. But it's like, how toxic is that to not only the work environment but our fucking mental and physical
No, it is
health and
because
shit.
at my job, there's this one dude that when I first started there, I met. He's gone now, and he was a smaller dude. He was like a tiny dude. I think he was like Eric's size.
Yeah.
And not saying Eric's tiny, but he told me like we were talking. I think we were talking about sleep or something like that.
Yeah.
And he asked me, how many hours do you sleep? I was sleep like 4. I was like, damn, bro. I was like, it doesn't say anything bad, but like all you that's how you're tired. You probably need more sleep because you're a bigger dude, so you need more energy because I could probably get like 4 hours of sleep and I'll be fine because I'm smaller than you. And then you need more energy. You probably need to eat more because I do. If you're bigger, you need more calories and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you probably need more sleep.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's true.
It's also your mindset too. Your mindset and like where you at. Like I don't want to say physically and healthily, but it does play a role too. But shit,
Also,
but you can't rely on that completely.
The older we get too.
100% that too and shit. 100% that too and shit.
Because it's funny because people that I work with that have been with us for a long time, even my parents or like anybody I know that's older than me, they're like, wait till you get to my age, you'll start feeling this and this and that. And at a young age, I was like, I'm also active. And now that I'm getting older, like anything I do that's like a little out of my length that I used to do back then, like bro, like the other day I was trying to get on my trailer and I jumped on the trailer and to jump onto it because my trailer it's a double axle, right? So it has like a little step on the tires,
Tilt it kind of towards you
on the tires,
and
then you have to hold on to the cage and then jump over. And when I did that, I felt something on my back.
my back.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then my back, I think I pulled the muscle. I'm like, bro. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, when I was young, I could just jump over this shit without even touching the gate.
You jump fences running from cops.
And then now I'm like, and I jumped over just a little simple thing at work. And my like for 2 or 3 days, my back was hurting. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I'm like, I'm not even that old. But then I realized I'm almost 29 years old. So
your body
it does.
But the most thing that pisses me off about that shit, I thought that shit wasn't gonna kick until like 30 plus.
Oh, like your 40s or something like that?
Yeah, like okay, 40s, yeah, but like at least 30 plus, 33, 35 plus and shit. They're not gonna take that L.
Yeah, but you also gotta take your body. If you don't take your body, it's gonna kick in sooner.
Then again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just ranting. It's that whole American bullshit, bro. They feed us nothing but crap. We got micropractice in their shit, fucking fake ass meat and shit. And it's like the only realistically. That's all we get. Like that's all we get. We go to the store, we go to Walmart, we go to Fry's. Even when we go to vegan spots, that's all they have and shit. When you go to fast food places, that's all they have. It's also the same food chain that they receive this shit.
Yeah.
And maybe it's not the grandest problem, but like no one else is feeding that much crap to their country and shit. Maybe they'll feed them some other crap, political crap or verbal crap, but it's not food crap.
Big crap. Spider-Man. Super crap. Whatever. But yeah.
I don't know. I'm not trying to blame the food and shit, but
do you guys got any topics to talk about?
I think they're minuscule.
My whole topic we talked about like for 30, 40 minutes.
Fucking 3 hours of drinking and shit.
Yeah,
Cause I have a few topics.
Oh, you want to talk? We could talk about it. It's just I say most of the shit I talked about.
I say hit it, bro.
Yeah, what I've been through and shit like that. But talk about shit.
Oh, okay. So one of my things was because fuck, what was I doing? I don't know what I was watching. I was doing. Well, like we all have siblings, right? You have a sister. It's just you and your sister. Me and Tino. It's me, him, and my little brother.
Yeah.
And of course, you notice.
Like,
huh? You notice the difference between the way the parents treat the kids, depending on the order they were born in, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have a kid, probably if you ever have a kid, you're probably like, oh, it's my baby. I'm taking care of him forever. You treat him like your whatever, your little prince or princess.
Yeah.
And next thing you have a second kid, and now you kind of don't give them that attention. You have attention to the other one, you know?
Yeah.
And then you have a third one. Now you have more attention than the little one. And then I was wondering, like, damn, there's always that middle child that gets like treated like shit. The first one's like the trial and error, and the last one's like I'm gonna do whatever they want. They're my little prince or princess, you know, type of shit.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, like, why do like parents do that? Because people say, oh, I don't have favorites. You're all my favorite kids, and next thing you know, see them treating like the youngest one or one of the favorites one like better than the other, you know?
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Don't take it like wrong
That's
way.
only if you ask me.
Huh?
That's only if you ask me.
Yeah, if you only ask me. Okay, the thing is, the older person is a trial and error, right? The middle child's a lot where you learn from the oldest one. Now you're learning from the middle child, and then you go to the youngest one. You're like, you're tired of it. Like, fuck, I already taught 2 kids let him be Kyle. I'm all old enough to not even fucking care no more.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've seen that before.
And I think that's what it is. Because the funny thing is, my sister's older than me. But when it comes to anything, like anything my parents need, instead of going to her, they go to me. And I'm the youngest.
Yeah.
And as a young child, I should be the wild one, crazy fucker, you know, and I was when I was younger. But I learned to take responsibility as a young age because I started working at like fucking 10 years old. So at that age, I was already driving the trucks, the trailer. Before I even had my license, dude, I was already driving the trucks, like doing shit, you know, labor work and all that shit. My sister was a girl. And then they might have
was a girl. She's a man now.
You could say that.
Pretty much.
I'm just kidding.
No, that's how love.
Shout out Naomi.
Yeah, shout out my sister.
Yeah,
but
we
I'm
just
saying
telling
like
jokes.
she's a woman, and I don't know if that took
Was a woman.
It was.
Just kidding.
A lovely woman.
She's changing the shirt. I'm just saying. But I think as a girl, it might have play a factor in it. You know?
No, but also in the same sense that it's cultural, social norm in the Hispanic culture and shit. They treat the girls differently than the guys.
Yeah.
The guys is like, all right, you better pick that hammer up. The girl is like, okay, you ain't gonna have it easy, but you gotta fucking do this, and that to the back support of the house.
And my sister did that. My mom raised her to cook, clean, whatever, right? But the older she got, my sister kind of like,
She's like, fuck this.
yeah, she's like, fuck everybody. I'm gonna do my own thing. Fuck everybody. And my parents gravitate more to me because I'm always there 100%.
Yeah.
And people look at me like, oh, you might be taken care of, taking advantage of by your parents, or you're doing too much for your parents. But I'm like, bro, like if you don't understand my life, my parents did a lot for us.
Yeah.
Helped us a lot. So what's the best way I could do is pay them back.
Yeah.
So anytime they need anything, I'm there. Because when I was at that situation where I needed something, and everybody's parents could be different. The relationship is different, but this is just how I grew up. So my sister was never really around or helped as much as she could when she grew up. As a teenager, 20 years old, with her 30 years old, she was more about her own thing.
Yeah, she did her own life.
I grew up with like, all right, my parents need me because I need them. So we were going back and forth. So if anything, now with them, I'm gonna be 29 next week. They still look at me for like something like, oh, can you help me at the house, or hey, can you build me this or whatever? You know, I'll be there. Because at the end of the day, if I need something from them, they'll be there like in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And with my sister,
like, she can take care of herself.
she could take care of herself. Or my sister, my sister asks my parents for help.
Yeah.
And they'll help her out to an extent. And then same thing with my sister. If she wants something done, she'll just do it herself. Like I don't need to trust anybody. I don't really. It's just my thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're like, well, your parents are just using you, or you're using your parents. I'm like, no, it's like a balance.
Yeah.
We both use each other or something. And it might be a bad thing in other people's eyes. It might be a good thing in other people's eyes.
I see it because I never noticed too that she is more independent about doing her own thing.
Yeah.
And you do rely on your parents, but it's because you guys both rely on each other. You guys help each other out.
You have a different dynamic.
Like I said, that's my relationship with my parents. I don't know how you guys are. If he's, because you're the middle child, right?
I was gonna ask because
Yeah.
he's the middle child. So like I don't know. I was gonna ask like if you feel difference between me and Daniel. Cause there's difference between all of us, but like you're in the middle one. So like I hear like the middle one always gets treated like way different.
And I'll tell you one thing from being friends with you guys for a long time and seeing it from you to your brother to him. I feel like he's the most rebel one out of everybody.
Well, that's because he was.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like you're on your own shit compared to other. Like you're more calm. Daniel, he's young. I don't know how he is, but I feel like he's more about his thing.
Yeah.
But
he's more about himself.
And then Tino's more about like, I get shit done. I want to do what I want to do. Fuck everybody else and this and that.
Shit.
But at the same time, have respect for everybody. Like he's not a wild one.
Yeah.
Back in the day, he was, but now he's all about respect and all that. Yeah. But also, let me get my shit done and worry about my shit. Then I'll help you out. But I want to get my shit together. Yeah. You're more like calm about everything. Like you just chilling. And,
and then Joe's always been more
doing your own thing, but also
emotionally intelligent. Whatever shit.
Like you're doing your own thing and trying to get shit
calculated
done.
about this.
Yeah,
shit.
but at the end of the day, I feel like you feel like you're responsible to make sure they're good and make sure it gets done. Which is, as a big brother, you're supposed to do that shit.
Big bro. Yeah.
And then I've always seen Joe more as more emotionally intelligent. I've always been more of the hothead.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. I've noticed like I said, you're more cool, calm, collective. He's more about like
bursting. I might burst out and shit, and then
bust out his gun.
It's my friend. It's stupid. Nah, but in that sense, bro, Micro not cutting it off and changing it, but that sense of I barely fucking learned to like I barely acknowledged it. Not even learned it, but I barely acknowledged it like 2-3 years ago.
The what?
When I was by myself about the way I react and how I explode on shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I would do this shit. I always had the habit of like giving my natural response where someone was like, say at work or my friends or something, where they're like, "Oh, Tino, you didn't do this." I'm like, "What the fuck you mean I didn't do this shit?" I would just always be like that. I would always be like that until like 2-3 years ago. I realized, yo, Tino, you can't talk like that. Like, yeah, shit.
Are you like out of all three of them or two of them? Do you think you're like the most like chill, like more knowledge about shit like that, or do you feel like?
I feel like Joe's always been more of an on like how you said took shit on his own. Like Joe's always been the more like take care on yourself. And then I know how we said the whole thing where it's like the middle child kind of gets left out, but I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna admit it straight up from our household, bro. I feel like I got a lot of attention because like realistically I had like a lot of health problems and shit as a kid. I'm good now, thank God and shit. But at the same time, once the health problems were better, I got in a lot of trouble by default. Like I said, I was just bored and shit as a kid and like all that stuff. So I feel like my mom struggled to like maintain all three of us, and then like.
But do you think that took effect because your mom gave you so much attention that when you started doing bad things,
give me attention?
You're not that, but you're like, my mom, it loves me so much that if I do this, she won't get mad at me. She'll accept she'll accept me for what I did, and forgive me instead of like, because I still remember when I was younger, everything I did, I used to always like, and like I said, I had a good relationship with my parents. Yeah, nothing bad. Like they wouldn't like be awful to me, but when I did something bad, in my back of my head, I'm like, my mom's gonna get mad at me, my dad's gonna get mad at me, because they gave me that love that I wanted or needed. But also put that fear in my head. Definitely. And I feel like as a male child, like your mom gives you so much attention that when you did something wrong, this is just me saying, like I don't know that
asking a question.
Yeah, like you were doing so much that your mom was there for you. So when you did something bad, your mom's like, well, he's just learning himself. He's becoming a man. Let him be who he is.
No sense of that. I think in the sense of content.
So you get pissed off and shit like that?
Yeah, my thing was to never get caught. So when I got caught, it was ultimate fear because I know how the consequences would be.
It's the same like me.
Yeah, and I would just hope like legally or school-wise or mother-wise, it wouldn't be that bad. And then my thing is to acknowledge that child. I don't think this fucking child understood consequences. Like, it's not that, you let him scot-free. He got his fucking punishment, and once he's done, he's like, now I know how to get away with it again.
Yeah.
That was my fucking comprehension.
You learn how like, fuck the
place.
Yeah, like, after I had to do fucking detention, after I had to fucking get my ass beat, after I had to do fucking court hearings, I was like, now I know how to get away with it. You see how the problem is with this fucking child?
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to get his ass beat more. Maybe he needs to fucking get spoken to differently and shit, but that was my problem as a kid. Mm-hmm. Like, I really wish I could have... gone back in time and gripped the fuck out of my neck and slammed the fuck out of me because that's what I needed to and shit. But then it didn't matter if I got my ass beat. I would fucking get aggressive too, even if I get my ass beat or not. Anyways, like my point is like as a middle kid, my point is like I think as a kid, bro, I was like this kid was just bored.
Yeah.
What about your point of view?
This kid was just stupid.
What?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I want to know your point of view. Like
about what?
How you felt or grew up with it, like being the older child. Like,
I just felt like
did you feel like you had to be like the dad to them or the big brother?
Yeah, I had to be the responsible one all the time.
Definitely. Joe got me out of some mixes hella times, bro.
I had to cover him sometimes. Like, so I had to be responsible and everything. So like, cause my mom used to work night shift sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I had to take care of him. Like, and then eventually that little brother, when he got older, because she used to take him to someone else, like a older lady to take care of him when he was a little baby.
Yeah. How old were you when you started first taking care of him?
Bro, Joe was babysitting me and my little brother when we were fucking, he was like 10 and I was like 8 or younger. I remember he was the older one. Bro, he was like fucking 10, bro. He wasn't even fucking 12.
I was changing my little brother's diapers.
Yeah, dead ass, bro.
He's not even changing my own diapers.
No. Like, all jokes is like on some real shit, but on some real fucking shit, Joe was... I hate to throw Daniel on the bus, but Joe was like 10 wiping Daniel's ass and shit. Or like 8 or 8.
You think Daniel is not ready for the life what's coming towards him? The way he grew up, or you feel he's ready for the grown-up life?
I think he is, but he's got to get his own ass beat.
Yeah,
like by life.
I think he's ready to take anything on that comes his way, but he just needs to get like more experience with it. Like he needs to learn to fall a few times.
Like feel more.
Yeah, because I feel like if you throw something at him, he'll get it done and whatever. He'll have no problem.
Out of you three, who has it the easiest?
He does.
He does
right now.
Respectfully, and then it's like in the same sense where it's like he's youngest now would want to be that way
that's
too.
what I'm saying. As a young kid, because like my your girlfriend, which is my family, my cousin. I feel like out of all three of them, the youngest sister has it the easiest. And I told my uncle, bro, she's gonna give you fucking problems when she grows up. It's gonna. You think your older daughter did, and your younger son did? Yeah. It's like, no, your youngest sister's gonna give you the fucking big problems. Like, nah, because she's learning from everybody else. I'm like, exactly. She's learning the wrong ways.
She's learning how to avoid and get caught and getting out of trouble. And,
and then people dissect things differently, bro.
Yeah, they do. So how was it for you, like growing up? Like, was it stressful, or like you felt like?
No, well, I mean, I just had to do it. I mean, I had to take care of him. Like, I
did you really feel obligated, or you felt like
he watched over me and Daniel a lot?
But I'm saying, like, did you feel obligated, or you felt like because you've been through it, I gotta teach him the right way, or it just felt like you guys were just together, like we have to learn as we go.
Learn as we go. Yeah. Because I mean, I had to like take care of it. There's no way out of it. Because my mom, after my little brother was old enough to like walk and eat like by himself, I had to take care of him. You know that shit. So she would leave him with us on the weekends and whenever, you know. So I had to take care of him. Like I didn't think anything bad of it because like, oh, my mom's working, so I'm here. Yeah. Like, I thought we're just like staying at home. So like I'm like feeding them.
Most of the time it was like summer or some shit.
Yeah, so that's pretty much just felt like we're just at home like watching TV and like feeding them. It felt like any like a chore or anything, but I was like, this is what it is, you know. And I learned from that, you know. So pretty much.
No, yeah, because hold it down, bro. I remember this time period and shit. My mom would work so much. I remember as a kid, I started forgetting what she looked like.
Hey, told us.
Yeah, like no, it's some real shit though. But like, Dro would take care of me and my younger brother, and then like I'm telling you, he would wipe my youngest brother's ass. Like, I say like that.
He would, oh, what are you guys talking about? Like
yo, for real, my bad. It's not like that. Older brother Dro would clean the baby's diaper, and I remember I was little enough where I didn't have to do it. I thought I had to do it, but it was like I was little enough where I didn't have to do it. But Dro was in charge of us and shit. He would make sure we're fed and all this stuff. And we're in a fucking house alone and shit. Yeah. And anything could have happened to us. And we're in the fucking middle of like West Mason and shit when shit was more fucking
gangsta shit.
Yeah, that neighborhood was on all kinds of other shit. And thank God
it was some
other shit. Thank God like everything's sitting straight. But it's like saying as an older brother, I feel like he's always been there. And then like for me, when I would get on my bullshit, like when I would get in trouble, he's came through a hell of times, bro. Like he didn't have to do that, bro. And then at the time, I didn't know how to properly even thank him because I had ill manners. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even probably say, "Hey, yo, good looks, fam." I was so ill mannered, I didn't even tell him that.
Why the fuck you yelling at me, bro? Let me do my own thing.
Don't talk to me like that.
You know that you're here, my bro. Thank you for giving me that lecture. You know, put me in a better headspace.
Hey, he really fucking did, and I didn't realize that or understand that till way later. And then my brother came through like that and shit. And then like I learned from my older brother just similar to like my younger brother and shit. Mm-hmm. You know, my younger brother's like kind of like a mold of both of us, but he's his own fucking person. Like his own fucking person. It's like it blows my mind sometimes where it's like, you know, you gotta let them do their own thing.
Yeah, because I feel like when let's say if you have 3 kids, are you good?
Yeah, you can be fucking women.
Women, am I right? Nah, just kidding.
Yeah. Want me home at a certain time.
Damn. Because when I have kids, well, I do have one, but I want to have more. So like, I want like at least 2 more, you know? Yeah. Because I like the whole like having 3 kids. Because I think 2 is too little and then 4 is a lot. So 3 is like good enough for me.
I feel like having. I mean, this is my opinion. Sorry to cut you off.
Damn.
All right, go.
No.
My fucking show. Your fucking show.
I'm just gonna say real quick.
Go ahead.
I feel like having 3 kids is like an odd number.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I think
I feel
it's
like
the right number.
one's always gonna be left out.
Yeah, that's true though, because Daniel did say that before.
Well,
he was like because me.
Oh, that's because
me and Daniel are 8 years apart.
It's because there's a big gap between us.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So you think if the gap's smaller,
I guess we might just blame the parents on that one. I'm just kidding. No, but our youngest brothers did say that. He said, "I wish I had someone my age and shit." And me and Dro, we always been like Robin and Batman.
Yeah, because I know you. The funny thing is, like, since I've met you guys. I mean, when I first met you, I didn't know you guys were brothers, but like you guys are more
the eyes.
Like this is what I see. I don't know how you guys were with Daniel, but I feel like you guys are more like connected 100% more than you guys were with Daniel. Yeah. Like I feel like you guys will fall for each other more. If anything ever happens, you'll have his back more than you have with Daniel. Yeah. And I mean, that's just what I see because I mean, I've been around you guys more than Daniel, but I feel like you guys have more of a chemistry together. Because you guys been through so much bullshit together too. Yeah. And then your brothers, like he says, like what 8 years apart?
Yeah, 10 with me.
So that's almost a decade. Yeah. So you guys been through so much shit before even him was even born.
Yeah.
No, and then in that same breath and that same notion, bro, fuck, dude, like, I would take it to my grave. I regret. And I was a piece of shit kid. I was like 14, 15, was a piece of shit kid. When Daniel was a baby, bro, I fucking regret this shit. I didn't pay attention to him and shit. But then I was a piece of shit kid, and then at the same time I was a kid that didn't know any difference. Like, oh, I was a teenager, a punk teenager. Like, oh, leave me alone. But like, I regret not being for him as a baby and shit. Yeah. And then like, I mean, he was like 6 or 8, but to me that's a baby. But then I would tell him, like, I tell him now as an adult, like, yo, I'm sorry I wasn't there, and he's like,
you don't remember? What about you?
Yeah, exactly. I don't remember. I don't give a fuck.
Like,
but to me, it fucking scars me, bro. No, like, you know what I'm saying?
Because with me, because the same thing. Like, when that's saying the whole time gap is off because we were 10 years apart, me and Daniel.
Yeah.
And so, you and Tino are what, like 4 years?
Almost 3.
Yeah,
a little under 3.
2.5 or some shit.
Yeah. Okay. So we had like a good social dynamic, but
he's like your best friend basically.
Yeah. So for me and Daniel, it's kind of hard because when Daniel was like fucking 10 or something, I was already like 18 or whatever, something like that. So I was out doing my thing. I was
lived your life already,
doing my life. So I didn't have time for him. Like I didn't give him the time to like let's hang out or anything. I was just I want to do
he's too young, so you can't.
And you didn't realize it would be a one-time thing.
Yeah. So we never gave him that little like the whole like brother hanging out together when we were little. Now that we're older, we're kind of like getting to that point. Like, let's hang out. Like let's talk more and this and that. So we can't right now because we're like working on the shit we ever like going on. Yeah. But I feel like now I want to like get closer to him and more closer so that we can all be like closer together. Because I was talking to him earlier about our dad because I wish I had that little like we're not close to our dad, but we talk to him every now and then. Yeah. And that. So I kind of wish like damn I wish I could sit down and like damn Dad, let's get to know each other, let's hang out,
like really chop it up
and like let's get to know each other, because I don't know anything about my dad.
But do you feel like you guys could do that, or you feel like it's like
we could
with our dad and shit?
Yeah, you feel like you guys could sit down and like go have a couple of beers and talk about it, or is it?
I don't know. Our dad's
right now.
No, I don't think so.
Like physically right now, this very moment, I don't think so. I don't think it would come out.
And I don't think we ever would because he's getting older and he's having like more health problems. So like,
but is it something that comes from him, or is it because you guys don't want to fix that?
I think
for me it's both. I don't know about Dro.
What?
Like for me it's both. Where it's like I don't want to. I don't know how to open up, and then you don't open up. My dad and shit, but how you feel is completely different and shit, so which is valid.
It's like the first step taking initially, like if you want to do it, he wants to do it. Because like I'll tell you, because my dad's hard headed. Like it's like if he is like he's fucking hard headed. Like I love my dad to death. He loves me to death. But when it comes to a problem, he'll shut down. Like he won't fix it. He will just throw it over his shoulder, like it goes over his head, shit, and then like the next day, like nothing happened. Right. And then I'm like, bro, like you don't want to talk about what happened? Like what happened, mijo? I'm like this and this. I'm like, fuck that shit. That was in the past. I'm like, but talk about it might help. Like, no, fuck that shit. And I feel like your dad's not gonna come up to you guys and be like, yo, we need to talk. Let's just communicate. I feel like it's up to you two
to do it. Yeah,
to do it, and it's gonna be fucking hard. Like it's gonna be it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Yeah,
but I feel like your dad doesn't have the strength to do that because I feel like he already fucked up too much in his life. There's nothing I can do to fix it. But it's up to you two if you guys do want to eventually fix that. Initiate and be like, yo, let me talk to you. Let's just sit down and talk about it.
Yeah.
Because there's been so many times with my dad where like I have to be the man and step up and be like, bro, let's talk. Let's have a
Damn, that's true though. Like this conversation's not gonna happen until I initiate.
Yeah, and your parents are never gonna do it at first. Like they'll feel a type of way, but if it's up to you to fucking put that, because my dad, like I said, me and my dad have had our beefs, our problems. We got into it, like scrapped it out and shit like that. But at the end of the day, I love my dad. But I know for a fact if something's bothering him, he won't come up to me. He'll tell my mom or someone else before he tells me.
Yeah.
So I have to hear from someone else, and I'll come like, yo, like, why didn't you tell me? You don't want to hear me bitch me home, because I think in their head like I'm weak. I'm not the
You won't
dad.
see me as a man that you think I am.
Yeah. For being weak and showing my soft side. So I have to be an ass. So I got to be strong. And that's my dad's mindset. Like, yo, if I'm not making money, I'm not being hard. I'm not the man of the house. I'm a fucking pussy.
And then same concept. Like I don't know how your father is, but I'm assuming from our culture that's kind of how they grew up.
No, and
because that's how our parents both grew up.
It's that generation.
Yeah, because how both parents grew up, where it's like their parents didn't teach them shit, and they had to learn shit on their own. So where it's like when they come back and check on us, like how the fuck you not know? It's like, motherfucker, you didn't teach me shit.
And that's my parents
too. You fucking left me alone like 90% of the time. You expect me to know this shit?
And that's my parents too. They grew up without, like, they have parents in life that to this day they still have their parents. parents, but they grew up without them. So they grew up learning shit without them.
Yeah.
So I feel like they think that they know everything. They think everything that we say we want to do
It's wrong.
is wrong because they've been through it. They've done it. Like, no,
Like I know the route, basically.
Yeah, they know the route. They know the outcome. But bro, like shit's different. Generations different. Fucking
Yeah, and then mind you, on top of that, I think the most biggest factor is like realistically, not trying to soften it. We're first generation here in this nation and shit. That's the biggest thing and shit. We have and God bless that we have the luxury and the blessing that we have here and shit.
Yeah.
But it's a whole different fucking. You talking about a whole nother playing field.
But I feel like they had it more easy as we did at that time. Yeah, in their eyes, it might look like this was difficult.
Yeah.
But I feel back in the day it was easier to get a job, make money, and all that.
yeah.
And then I feel like, I feel like they're struggling the way we do now. Like we look back at their life, like bro, like you were an immigrant, yeah, you got your own business and all that. That's shit's easy. And then you look at our lives, we have social media and this and this and that. I'm like, but
Yeah, and that's the thing they don't understand because they come here like your parents did no, well your dad, whatever.
Both of them.
My mom and dad came here, they got a job, they
they're
did their
both
own
immigrants.
thing. They worked hard and they got their things. Like, and then when they see you, like, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Well, it's not the same. You know, you didn't grow up here. You came here to live, but you didn't grow up here. It's different.
Like they came in to live and have a good dream. We're born.
grew up here.
No, we grew up to survive.
Yeah.
Like if we can't live life, we have to survive. Like when they grew up in Mexico, they grew up to survive.
Yeah.
So they moved to a different country to live their dreams that they want to build.
And they took that gamble too.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
shit.
As us as a United States generation, we're here to survive. We can't make an American dream without doing something shady or doing something bad to get where we want to be.
Yeah.
Or fucking going an extra mile to set
If
the
you want to be an
foundation.
honest, loyal civilian, you have to survive. You can't win without doing something dirty in life. You have to survive, or you have to live by surviving and doing what you have to do.
Yeah.
If I want to make big money in big banks, I'm gonna have to do something shady in the
You have
future.
to work really hard, or you have to cut corners and do some shady
corners,
shit.
Or
fuck
cut
over
corners.
Yeah, or
Fuck over
fuck
people
people
and shit.
over just to get where I want to be, and then feel like shitty. Because I've gone to that point like where I'm trying to build this business, and I've gone to a point where like I had to fuck over this lady to make more money, and I didn't feel good about it because I gave her a different price, and that price was good. That price is legit.
But it's still
But I
something.
gotta-
But you came the fuck up on that.
But I came upon because I found a different discount when I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, bro,
yeah, yeah.
instead of selling her something for like $50, I sold it. I told her it's gonna be about $50. I got it for like $20. So I ended up making more money off that I originally charged her.
That's the American dream, man.
But then I'm like, but in my mind, I'm like, bro, like I could have just give her the same price of what I got and made less money, but we still made a profit.
Yeah.
But instead, I gave her the price I gave her originally and made twice the profit.
No, yeah. And,
then
no,
I'm
but
like, bro-
that's the thing about a business though. Like, bro, okay, you have a t-shirt brand. You make the shirt for $3, $6, how many units depending on design. It honestly at some point it might even depend on the design depending on the manufacturer and how much you get. Anyways, $3 to $6 for a shirt. They're gonna sell it to you for what? 30 plus?
30. Yeah.
20, 30, like not even 20 anymore. Inflation and shit,
Yeah.
30 plus now. You know what I'm saying? Say now you got hype with that. You say you got hype behind it. Say you got market behind it. Like now it's 40 plus. Why are hoodies fucking 120 now?
Yeah.
It costs like $8 less than that to produce them and ship them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's and then what are they gonna say? Oh, well, some amateur, some lame ass
You're
random
helping a
dude.
small business.
Some random ass fucking dude, and you gonna see this like, bro, you got this shit made from China. Everything's made in fucking China.
It's because it's greedy. Like people are greedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like me, the more I'm learning my business, I'm not satisfied no more with $1,000, $5,000, $10,000. When I first started working, $100, $200 of making profit, I'm like, oh bro, this is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Hit the 500 mark, bro, this is good. Hit the 100,000 mark, okay, cool. I just hit my 10,000 mark the other day. Well, it was 7,000, but with the profit and everything I did in those 2 days,
It's feeling like
I made the company 10,000, and that was my first time ever hitting that much money of profit. And I'm like, this is not enough. I gotta make more.
Yeah.
So it's like you're never satisfied. Like my whole growing up, I'm like, bro, $10,000, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Once I hit that shit, I realized, bro, $10,000 out of that, you're only making like 2,000 because now you
Yeah.
gotta fucking
Split the profit. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
And I'm like, and then when I told myself, whenever I see that big, like the 5 zeros, 6 zeros, whatever, I'm
Yeah.
gonna be fucking satisfied.
6 figure. Yeah.
Once I hit that 5 figure, I'm like, bro, this is fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Like I gotta make more money. And then like now I'm not even satisfied with 10 grand. I gotta make 15 grand. I gotta make 20 grand just to feel satisfied.
Yeah.
But I'll never get to that. And I think that's what it is nowadays. Where like you're never, you set a goal, you hit that goal, you'll feel good for a couple minutes, and after, all right, what's the next goal?
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it is nowadays. Where like you
never satisfied.
You never satisfied with anything, dude. And I thought me running this business and making it bigger, I'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
I'm just still hungry, dude. I just want to keep doing more and more and more. Like I sad to say, I feel like I'm greedy. Like I'm not happy where I'm at right now. Like I got to make more money. And then,
that's what the rich people say. Like, oh, you can have all the money in the world, but you're never satisfied.
Yeah, because like 10 years ago, if you 10 years ago, if you put me in the spot where I'm at right now, I'll be so fucking happy. Like, bro, I'm making money. I'm making this and that. I'm good where I'm at. I got my own spot. I got my own car. Got my own business going. I'm good. Right now, I'm like, bro, this is like, I'm behind the game. Like, I need to catch up. Like, I'm not where I want to be. And it's like, bro, like, just be satisfied with what you have right now. Because 10 years ago, you didn't have this. Now you have it. Imagine what I have 10 years from now. And I'll probably still be like, this is not.
No, it's not enough. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Damn. Oh, you spilled some.
I know. I just saw that.
Well, yeah. What were we talking about? Like the whole parent shit.
Parenting.
Damn, we all tried.
I know. Just
damn. We went like.
We went deep into some other shit.
But let's talk about something else then.
What do you want to talk about?
What do we got?
I feel like this is a good spot to end it.
Think so?
Yeah.
We'll talk about something more and wrap it up.
Let's do it.
Something fun or exciting or different. We'll just wait till Euro Sign gets back.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I feel like this episode was more about like growing up in like lifestyles and shit like that, and noticing like a lot of shit that has happened. Because I feel like we live life.
Well, let's take it back to the whole parent, like treating parents, like treating their kids different, you know? Because like I was trying to say like, why do they treat differently? Because me, when I have and I have one more, I'm like, I don't want to treat them differently. Like I want to treat them all equally, you know? Because I don't know, and it could be just be like, oh, maybe once you get there, you'll realize like, oh, they're all different kids. You need to treat one better than the other, depending on how they are. But like, I want to be like, nah, they're all my kids. I love them all the same way, treat them all the same way, you know? I
think it's because it's a new thing. Like, look at it this way: when you get a dog, and the dog's a puppy, oh, so cute, so adorable, I love him so much. The older he gets, I still love my dog. Yeah. Now you get another dog. Your dog's already gone through that phase of
I know what you mean.
Cuteness, adorable. Yeah. He's old already. You know, we already trained him. Yeah. Put him the way we want to. You get a new dog, like, oh my gosh, so cute. And then the other dog's old as fuck doing other shit, but you pay attention. Well, oh, look how cute he is. Look how he's sitting. He's amazing. This and this and that. And then that dog grows up to be the same age as the other dog. The other dog's older, and now you get a new dog. Oh, now the other two dogs are like left behind, and now you're paying attention more to that thing. I think in our head, it's like anything you get new, you pay more attention to it. You take care of it. You pay more attention to it.
That's true, because like before I had my car, I had my truck. Remember the Ford?
Yeah.
That one, I loved it. It was like cool and everything.
Yeah.
And then I had it, I drove it, whatever, this and that. And then I got my car, and then I had that just sitting in the driveway, and I hardly drove it, and I just had it there. So like I kind of took like better care of the car instead of the truck.
Yeah, because it's a new thing.
Yeah. So I know what you mean. Yeah.
Because same with me, like I have a truck, right? I've had it for 3 years already, going on 4 years. And when I got it, best truck of my life. I love it. I did so much work to it. I put what I wanted to on it. Now that I have it for 4 years, going on 4 years, I'm like, bro, I need another truck. Like, this truck, I'm done with it. Even though the truck runs fine, it's perfect, gets me to point A and B, no problem with it. No, it's perfect. But I feel like you get tired of it. And I'm sad to say, I feel like with kids, you don't get tired of them, but I feel like you teach them to an extent.
And they have to learn from there.
And then from there, let them learn. Now you have a new child. So say you have one child. Yeah. You teach them from 18 years old. You're going to give them all the attention, all the love you can possibly to that one child. Yeah. So now say that child's 10 years old, you have another kid. So at 10 years old, that kid needs to learn how to grow up and be his own self. Because now you have another toddler or whatever, newborn. Once that newborn gets to an age where like he needs to be taken care of, you call your son, hey, you're 15 years old, he's 5 years old, you need to babysit him. Yeah. That's our love, and you need to make sure he's all good before you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's where you come into a society where like once something's old, you move on to the new thing. And it's sad to say because it comes to it affects the kids and all that too.
Yeah.
And that's why they said then the male child gets the worst because the male child gets all the love he can from before you or after you after your younger son. The male child gets all the love. When you have your third born, all the love goes to him. So all the love that was going to the male child now gets transferred to the younger
That's
child.
crazy. Yeah, I never saw it like that.
And then the older child doesn't care about
They're already
it
gone. I'm like, I'm done.
because he's I'm already done. I already saw how my brother went to.
Yeah.
He's
And
already
then
older.
now that your middle brother looks at the younger brother, and then you look at him, the older brother, like, bro, it happened to me, it's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
Get over it. I did. Now it's your turn.
Yeah.
And I think that's how it goes.
That's how I feel aging. If it happened to me, it happened to you.
It really is, man. I think that's what it is.
No, but I feel that is like a realistic repeating dynamic and shit. And then but then like I've seen that shit a lot. I get you like where the middle child gets left out and shit.
Yeah.
But like I say, in my situation, I'll admit it. I don't feel like that, and I'm not saying it's a flex, and saying an unfortunate situation and shit, like a single mother situation. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I had like health issues, all this bullshit with all the bullshit, and then by the time I was good, I was on my bullshit.
Yeah, but you see, you got all the attention you needed at that point. Once Daniel was born, the attention transferred to him.
Yeah.
Because he's a new baby, he needs more of the attention. So you already said, you know what, fuck that, I'm on my bullshit. My mom's not really paying attention to me. I could do what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
Because she's more worried about my younger brother than me. So I'm gonna go be a hooligan and do what I want to do. Because she's more worried about him and doesn't care about what I'm doing. So if I get in trouble, it goes over her head.
Yeah.
She's more worried about my younger child.
Yeah.
And then so I have my brother to like put me in place.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but then you're like, bro, like you never been through what I've been through, even though you have.
Yeah.
And then that's how it is. It's a cycle. It's what it is.
It's stupid as shit. And then at
Dr.
the same
Erickson
time,
house.
and then, no, I feel you. And at the same time, I'm just glad, bro. At that time frame, they just got better and shit. Like, I managed to get my head straight and shit. And then at first, I didn't get my head straight because I wanted to. It's just because it kind of landed in that way. And thank fucking God, it kind of took me out of that environment. And it took me a while to realize, like, hey, bro, it's just get your head straight, bro. Because like I'm tired of going to court. You know what I'm saying? And then shit like that. And then when I started hanging out with people that weren't like that, like say for instance Kenji Benz and my boy Kennedy, like in Berto and shit. When I started meeting Dro's friends, like and all this shit, like a Chapo and all that shit, and Roger and all that shit, and I was like, the shit I was on when I would tell them about it, it was kind of embarrassing. They wouldn't relate to it, and then
They're
I
like,
realized,
bro, like, why the fuck you doing this shit?
yeah.
Like, bro,
and then when like I got suspended, it was not a flex anymore. It was like,
You stupid.
yeah,
you're like walking around with your head down, like, man, I'm the fucking joke.
yeah, like I was kind of embarrassed to tell them that, and then that's when I realized, like, and I started hanging out with better people, and thankfully I stayed around those people and shit. In this example, and it went forward like that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. It's only like an hour and 30 minutes in.
Hey,
Wrap it up.
About an hour talking about beer.
Just talking about beer and
first half talking about beer. We should just release that as a separate episode.
You could go through it and cancel it.
cut it out
cut it
sometime.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
But we want to wrap it up then? Or?
Hey, this is
your sign.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. All right, this is your sign, and this has been the Put Me On Something podcast, brought to you by Droskis. We have your son and myself, and to my right, of course.
Yo, what's up, man? It's Eric Grizzy. I had a good conversation tonight. You know, hopefully someone learned about some stuff. You
Some
know,
therapy.
some therapy.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't expect to go this way, but you know, shit
Not
happens.
at all. Yeah, I had
Dr.
like
Eric.
topics that were completely somewhere else.
We were talking about we were gonna talk about this shit and it just turned out to be this shit. But you know, man, that's how it is, man. It's what it is.
How it is. But
And on the right side we have
we got me, Droskis, Alejandro Gomez,
the host.
the hostess.
Hostess.
But thank you for tuning in to the Put Me On Something podcast. Find us on Apple, Spotify, and of course YouTube. Go do the thing, like, subscribe, comment, ratings, you know, the usual.
All that fun
Like,
shit.
comment,
All that fun
subscribe.
shit.
I
It
would
feels
appreciate
weird saying shit like that. But
Yeah, it really
I guess what to say.
That fun stuff.
All that
you know?
fun stuff. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Put Me On Something podcast, baby, and we're out.
All right, peace.
Peace.